North Korean leader Kim Jong Un is reportedly leaving his country by train and is headed to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin. This will be Kim's first visit abroad in more than 4 years. Well, let's get more now with our correspondent, Florence Looi. She's following all of this from Seoul. Flo, it seems that Kim has now left Pyongyang. Do we know exactly where he's headed? There's obviously been huge speculation he'll be meeting with Putin.
Well, these are still unconfirmed reports at the moment. The first report was by YTN, a 24-hour broadcast channel in South Korea, that says Kim left on a train and it's headed for the North Korean border with Russia. Now, another report that we've just had is from a South Korean major newspaper called the Chosun Ilbo, and it quotes unnamed U.S. officials and South Korean officials saying that they very likely believe that Kim left Pyongyang on Sunday afternoon. Now, so there's no confirmation as to where he's headed as yet. But Vladivostok has been considered one of the cities he could be headed to for several reasons. This is where Kim met Putin the last time they met in 2019. It was the city that Kim visited on his first trip to Russia after he had come into power. And Vladivostok is also where Russian President Vladimir Putin is. He's expected to deliver a speech on Tuesday at the Eastern Economic Forum. Now, the distance from Pyongyang to Vladivostok is about 1,000 kilometers, and if he were to go on a bullet train, it would be just about a 3-hour journey. But because of North Korea's archaic railway system, this journey is likely going to take more than 20 hours. Now, back when the two leaders met in 2019, they wanted, I think, to project a friendship. This was after North Korea's talks with the U.S. on nuclear disarmament had stalled. Now, this potential meeting, if it were to take place, there's widespread speculation that an arms deal could be discussed.
Well, Flo, the two countries certainly appear to have drawn closer, and these reports of an arms deal are sure to be a cause for concern in Seoul and elsewhere.
Absolutely. Now, the two leaders have talked about wanting to boost cooperation economically and militarily. There's also said to be discussions for holding joint military drills. And in July, the Russian Defense Minister, Sergei Shoigu, visited Pyongyang. He was the first Russian defense minister to visit the country since the fall of the Soviet Union. Now, if an arms deal were to happen, it could mean one or two things. It would definitely boost Russia's defences in its war on Ukraine, and it would reduce the advantages that Ukraine has had in terms of getting weapons deals from Western nations. Now, the other thing that's also a major cause of concern is what North Korea could get in return for supplying weapons to Russia. There are concerns, of course, that Russia could be parting with sensitive technology that could aid North Korea's nuclear weapons program. And any weapons deal by North Korea would be in direct contravention of UN Security Council resolution. And that's why we've heard South Korean officials urge North Korea to not do anything that would contravene international norms and international laws. Now, but economically, a deal would make sense for North Korea. It's suffered from severe food shortages. If it gets food and energy assistance and hard currency in return, that would be a boost that it so badly needs.
Florence Looi there for us with the latest from Seoul. We'll be following that story very closely for you here on Al Jazeera. For now, thank you very much.